Now, the best prezis use grouping to reduce panning that causes motion sickness, and layering using size to avoid overwhelming the audience with too many details at once. Here's an example using the topic you saw in the Getting Started video. Now you can see that all of the elements of this prezi are scattered around the main overview frame without any grouping. And let's see what effect this has when presenting. Let's say you ask a friend what dessert you should make, and she suggests something yummy. You think of something with chocolate. Now you ask another friend who reminds you of his sweet tooth, and yet another friend who wants you to make something fun. This confirms your idea of making something with chocolate and reminds you of some details to consider when buying the chocolate. Now you show the ingredients you need. Notice all the panning and zooming across the prezi to show each item, including details about these items. While panning across your prezi can give context to your presentation, excessive panning can cause dizziness for your audience, and it makes it more difficult for you as a presenter to remember the flow of your presentation. In Prezi, you can easily group these related items in a frame and these related items in a separate frame. So now let's look at the same example that effectively uses grouping in frames for items in a similar topic and layering to include details within that particular topic. So see how this Prezi uses frames to group the ingredients and the ideas for your brownies. Now, it's not always possible or necessary to avoid a little panning, just avoid excessive panning. And now when you zoom out to give your audience the overview, it's easier for them to see the main points of your presentation grouped in frames. So think about grouping the different topics in your presentation and try to use frames and layering to get the most out of your Prezi.